Well, welcome to the toss for match number 2, and this is, of course, the first day of action here. Yesterday, all the games were washed out, and the good Lord has blessed us. Of course, Timmy Surajbali, who is next to me, the man who has scored 47 centuries in South Florida. They tell me he controls things around here. He probably spoke to the big man. So we're here at the toss, and he's here with the man from the Faisalabad Falcons, that's Arshad. Of course, Faisalabad from CCUSA is here with me as well. And the big man in the umpiring world, Danny Khan. So Danny would now pass the coin along to my friend Timmy from the Atlanta Griffin. Heads is the call, and it comes up tails. So it comes up tails. Timmy, you won the toss.
We're going to have a bat first.
And looking at the previous game here, of course, the ball is stopping. It's not coming through nicely. And well, now we have no whether wrong. But wouldn't you have liked to have batted a little later to allow this to dry out?
Looking at the previous game, I saw the batting team posted a good total of almost 120. I think we have good spin bowling and stuff, and once we could keep on deteriorating for the next 10 overs, our spin bowling will come in more into play in the game.
I know you're chomping at the bit to go out and have a bat because you've been very prolific in the domestic cricket here in South Florida.
Yeah, I've played on this wicket a lot of times, so hoping I can go there and take that experience on the wicket and get a good score today.
Well, Arshad, you've lost the toss, but what would you have done had you won the toss?
Actually, I was looking to bowl first because of the behavior of the wicket for the first game. The ball is like sticking it, and I would like to bat second because wicket might be dry in the second inning, and I played my first international on this very same ground, so I have a pretty good idea of this ground as well. We have good bowling attack with good batting support, so that is what my plan was to bowl first and restrict this big guy with the less score, and hopefully it's gonna be a good game.
Wonderful indeed. So the news down here from pitch side is that the Atlanta Griffin, they have won the toss and they've decided to take first strike.
So welcome back. Faisalabad Falcons takes on the Atlanta Griffin with the news that the Atlanta Griffin have won the toss. They've elected to bat first. 10 overs aside. I'm joined in the box by Ian. And Ian, beautiful weather here at Central Broward Regional Park. And a cracker of a game expected here as Faisalabad Falcons looking to go 2 up against Atlanta Griffin team, who badly needs a win to stay in this competition. And we're just about moments away from the from the first ball.
Yes, thank you, and thank you to all the viewers who are watching from around the world. We're live on MAQ TV, and you could also find us on Facebook, CCUSA. And it's a wonderful afternoon. The sun is out, and the cloud have moved away, and we're having cricket, lovely cricket.
So Gilani will start. And Suraj Bali not timed well, but most important thing, Eon, the scoreboard is off and running here for the Atlanta Griffin. One off the bat of Suraj Bali.
Yes, that's the way to go. First ball, single on the board. So I know Surbali, captain, will be looking to put on a good show here today with the bat and as a captain.
Yeah, he's a very exciting player. Always among the runs in this part of the country. He's a local boy here. And the left-hander Akshaya Prasad comes out of Guyana. One of the top talent out of Guyana, being part of the CPL, the Amazon Warriors teams. Yet to make his debut at the CPL level. But that alone tells you, once he's in the unit, how good he is.
Yes, so for me, we have two very good batsmen at the crease. Great batsman from out of Guyana, Timmy. He has the most hundreds here in South Florida, so he knows the condition pretty well. He would know the pitch pretty well, and I'm expecting if he stay at the crease for 5 overs, then we'll be having some runs on the board here.
So 2 for no loss. Ball eased into the offside. Ball, one of those shots, Eon, it just tells you that the ball is still holding up in the pitch a little bit. Batsman looking for like one of those trusted drive. If ball doesn't come on, goes a bit lofted up toward the offside, but a good thing, Akshaya Prasad, he's off and running on one.
Yes, so the ball, as we said, will be hanging based on the moisture on the today was the first we have been able to remove the covers, so the ball will be holding back. But these batsmen, they're capable, and I know they'll be adjusting back inside.
So Suraj Bali gets another quality delivery here from Gilani. And so far, 3 balls in the over. 3 runs on the board. Run a ball so far. Run a ball if this match continues to run a ball. Griffin will only be scoring 60.
And 60 for this type of game, you gotta get more runs on the board within that 10 overs.
Yeah, it's not gonna hold up well. And I get the feeling, Ian, as the day progresses, this wicket, of course, will get a little bit more truer. And come tonight, I'm pretty sure we could see the track here at Broward County Stadium getting back to some bit of normalcy. Not full normal, but of course into the night that the other conditions factor in. And we'll have to wait and see how true the wicket plays at that point.
Yes, we're expecting to have the pitch itself dry out a bit more as the wind is passing over, the sun is coming out, and as we have seen in the first match with Spratton, the Florida Spratton, they were able to make 118 runs, which tell you that runs is out there in the middle.
So beautiful conditions here at 1:17 in the afternoon. Super Prasad will pick up runs here, running up towards the backward square boundary. They come back for a couple of runs. That's a nice little delicate turned into the onside here by Akshaya.
Yes, that was a nice little twist of the wrist and backward the square there, and he was able to get 2 good runs. So good going by Prasad.
Well, we've seen 6 runs in the over so far.
We still have a ball to go, so let's see.
Yeah, the good thing from the Faisalabad Falcons, they haven't conceded a boundary, so that spells good for the bowling so far. White sent down here by Gilani.
So yes, that was a wide, way down the leg side there. Batsman could not even reach that ball, so they still managed to get a single, but there's still a ball to be bowled in this over. The first over would be 7 without loss.
So Faisalabad Falcons, Ian, they do have a top Pakistani international, Roman Reis. He's played at the international level. Not a bad over here from Gilani. And if in a T20 game you've conceded some 8 runs off the first over, relatively still on the borderline of what's good bowling and what's not. At the end of one, it's 8 on the board.
As a bowler, for this version of the game, the T10, you will be happy with 8 runs from the over. It's a first over, so he's just getting into his rhythm. But as I say, you only have 2 overs, so I'll say good bowling. So batting side, watching still, see what Timmy have to do. So as you can see, 2 batsmen talking in the middle. They have to come up with a plan pretty quick. It's a very short version of the game. It's T10. We know we were expecting the T20, but based on the weather condition, it has been reduced to a T10 to get all the games in here over the weekend.
So 54 balls remaining, 6 gone. And it appears that Roman Reis, the Pakistani international, has been given the ball. We'll double check with our official scorer Roddy, and who's done a tremendous job in getting the scores up onto the screen there, and everything is up to date. Yes, Reis has been given the ball. And a man who has played 9 one-day international and 10 international T20 matches for Pakistan, so he comes in here with some bit of rep. And of course, in addition to him, there are quite a few former, even current international players on the circuit in this tournament. And Ian, as more matches come into the stadium, we will certainly highlight those. Here is Reis. Ball swatted into the offside. Can't score is Prasad. He remains on 4. And the left arm seamer bowling from the top end of the ground with the wind at his back. And a couple of left arm seamers starting things off here for Faisalabad Falcons.
Yes, and earlier we have seen where Johnson did well in left arm seamer game. He got 2 early wickets and he was very inexpensive.
Yeah, we've seen good good left arm bowling in this tournament. Wide is a signal from umpire. It appears to be this umpire appears to be Vijay Malela, who just this September made his debut as a one international umpire right here. So
What a place to make your debut right here, at this stadium that is ICC approved. That's where I would want to do my first debut if I become an umpire.
So 9 on the board. Akshay through the offside. Lovely shot, but only a single. They'll probably pinch a couple of runs there. So 2 runs to Akshay Prasad. Ball well driven into the offside, but couldn't find the gap. A little bit of knockdown there by one of the fielder.
Yeah, there was a misfield there, with a pretty good shot, but straight to the fielder. But he make a little mess of it, and they managed to go through for 2 runs. So Prasad looking to take a little look at the bowler, but I know he's gonna get going very soon.
In addition to Rays, we have seen Umar Gul, another Pakistani international, left arm, in fact right arm pacer in this tournament, and he's playing with the Houston outfit, one of the other better teams in this tournament. They have played well yesterday. And so Tim Suraj Bali will face his first ball from this end. As you see, he takes guard.
Yes, and as we are here, we just want to say a big thank you to MAQ Qureshi for bringing in these international players here. So even the locals, have the ability to come and see, our influencers in terms of the game, batting right here and also playing with them.
And the fact is, Eon, they're playing on a world-class stadium. Oh, look at that. Timothy Stumps goes for a walk. It's 12 for 1. What a delivery there from Roman Reyes. It's no wonder he has played at the international level.
Definitely, that was a ball, that would take the greatest batsman to get that one out. Timmy had no clue about that ball. It just ripped that off leg stump out. What a ball. What a way to go, Reyes. What a way to introduce yourself right here in the Broward Stadium. Man, that was a ball.
Yeah, and considering Timothy Suraj Bali is not a pushover batsman, and he comes back off a brilliant ball from Roman Reyes. What a delivery there.
Yes, as he walked back, you can see, with his head hung, he's thinking about that ball. Where did that come from so early in the game? So, Timmy is back in the pavilion, and I think that's Gavin Wallace that is going out there. Very hard-hitting batsman. We have seen him here in the T20 night game for Jamaica. He makes some very useful runs, and he is a no-nonsense batsman. So we expect some runs from him if he gets going. But as you can see, we have a very top bowler, international bowler in Reyes coming from that end there. You got to be looking out for those Yorkers, because that was a delivery that got Bali out.
So Gavin Wallace comes to the middle, and Gavin Wallace, Eon, has played some time in New York. Comes out of a club called Queens United in the New York City area. I've seen him played quite a few times. His strong area is the Cow Corner area. But as you mentioned, he's coming up against a very stiff competition here in Roman Reyes. It's 12 for 1, and Gavin Wallace has joined Akshay Prasad out of Guyana. And 1 wicket down, 12 on the board. Here's Roman Reyes, runs into ball to Gavin Wallace. Wallace gets a good ball. He's asking the question, but the keeper failed to hold on. Might have been a leg before shout. You fancy that?
I think that was a leg before shout. Gavin, he didn't reach out far enough. That ball seems to be coming through pretty quick, faster than he expect. Because early in the day, the ball wasn't coming through that well. But we can see Reyes here getting the ball to slide off that wicket. So, you have to take a quick look and assess and see if you could get some runs, because that's needed in this version of the game.
Yeah, not a good first ball if you're facing your first ball. Has just come out, 12 for 1. Gavin Wallace again.
Wow.
Another big appeal. Not out says umpire Malela. That completes a successful over here for Roman Rays. And the Faisalabad Falcons is 12 for 1.
Yes, what a over that was. We see Timmy Ball went down in that over there from race. Wonderful Yorker there that got him. And we see where Gavin Wallace is struggling against this international bowler here, Mr. Race. So, we have a game on hand, Lenny.
Yes, Ian, and just coming back to some of the international talent here, the Florida Scorpions, I think that team might be playing later on in the stadium, has quite a few of the Scottish national player, 3 or 4 of them in that lineup. So if they come into the stadium tonight or anytime else, we have a chance to see them. Umar Gul is here, the former Pakistani pacer. Out of the West Indies, we see Samuel Badri is in town. I think he's listed as one of the players from the Multan Sultan team. There's, of course, the U.S. players, Jaskar Malhotra, Ali Khan. Ali Khan has made a name for himself. And apart from IPL, he has somehow touched the other franchise circuit. So his cricket has been up and about.
Yes, he's doing pretty good, and just to see that he's one of us from right here. The way he have taken his cricket to another level, and this is what I love about this form of the game. To give the youngsters, a platform to really showcase themselves, their talents. Because we have a lot of people looking on these cricketers right here.
So Gilani will continue. First over went for 7. Oh, Akshay go through the offside. Is high in the air. Field is running wrong. Oh, running backwards, running the wrong way. And you've got to give him A for the effort there, Ian.
Yes, that was a very good effort. He was running and chasing, trying to catch up with the ball there. And at the end, he gave it his all. He dove, but was unable to come up with that catch. But very good try right there.
Very spirited try by number 100. And we'll try to pick up his name. That appears to be Shahir Hassan. So, not a bad effort there. A couple of runs there for Akshay Persad. Ball hanging in the air in a breezy condition here. And again, ball has eluded the keeper. And they come back for a couple of wides. 2 wides and 1 by. So, it's 3 on the board.
Yes, so the Atlanta Griffin, they go up to 14 for 1. I say 17 for 1. And that was a wide ball down the leg side, and they managed to go through for a single there. 2 runs.
Yeah, Gilani will have to bowl with some bit of control, realizing that the keeper is standing up. And Ian, as a fast bowler, do you like your keeper standing up? Do that belittle that you're a fast bowler if the keeper comes up?
To tell you the truth, I never like to see the keeper right there. It seems like I'm bowling very slow to have the keeper keeping right there behind the wicket. But, it's a game of cricket. You got to do everything, and you have to work with the captain from time to time. So if he decide that the keeper want to come up there, and we know, because basically they give you a signal sometimes, which kind of get the batsman sometime in terms of a different mindset when they see that the keeper walks up. That sometimes change their game. So, as a team, we got to work together. It's a full team effort. So it's not about the bowler alone. It's all about the team and what the captain think is best. So sometimes we're going to have that.
Yeah, and I'll tell you something about the leg side stumping here, but let's watch Gavin Wallace. He's taking his second guard in 2 balls, and gets ready to face Gilani, and a quality delivery from the left arm seamer. And Gavin Wallace remains without score in 3 balls, but just coming back to the left arm bowling, and of course the keeper standing up. Part of the plan there is always to perhaps get a leg side stumping, even if the ball is called a wide. It's perfectly legal for getting a wicket.
Yes, and we have seen it many times where a batsman gets stumped just by trying to play that flick, or the hand drive that we know it as. They just pull that leg out a little and keeper collect, and that's it.
Yeah, and we've seen it. A lot of bowlers are prepared to go at the expense, perhaps, of a wide, just to see if they can really snap up a wicket. And like you said, we've seen it work many, many times. Getting stump off a wide, one of the rare times you could be out of a wide delivery. So Gavin Wallace has faced 4 balls in the meantime. He has still yet to trouble the scorers. Well, he's troubled them by making them scoring dots, but so far, no addition to his score. Nothing yet on the board for him.
Well, the bowlers haven't been giving him any room to free up his arms there, so I'll say good bowling.
Yeah, and finally, commentator's curse. Ball goes down the leg side. What have you done, Ian? And it goes away for 4.
I think the bowler just strayed a little there, and Gavin show you what he got, what he's capable of doing. You know, once you're offline, then he's gonna take advantage of you, and that's exactly what he did a while ago.
Yeah, that's and here is the irony of strike rate. He batted 4 balls, didn't make a run, but now he's right up there with that boundary. Now he's made 4 runs in 5 balls, and already his strike rate has gone up to relatively a decent clip.
Well, that's the Gavin that we know. You know, once he's at the crease, his strike rate is gonna be anywhere from the 80s to the 200s.
So Wallace is taking on the pad. Good bowling here from Gilani. He completes his 2. And at the end of his 2, he has given up 10. It's 22 for 1.
22 for 1 in the 3rd over. You know, that's just average going, because we know what it is to be in the T10. You know, ball tend to find themselves way over the boundary, because it's competition where runs matters here. And as a bowler, as a bowling side, I would be pretty comfortable with 3 overs gone, 22 runs. You know, it's average, and it's gettable too. So
Yeah, the fact is when T10 cricket is all about have a go, don't risk getting bowled out. Good chance in a T10 game you may not see too many teams losing all 10.
yes, so as you can see, I see where the Falcons, they're doing pretty good out there in terms of their field placement. You know, field placement is pretty good, and they're executing the game plan in terms of containing these batsmen here. So we see Timmy, where he was contained, he got out by a wonderful Yorker there, and they seem to be containing Wallace. And if you're able to contain a batsman like Wallace and Prasad, then you're doing pretty good.
So Prasad is on 10. He's been out of action for some time. We've seen a lot of action shifted on Gavin Wallace. As new bowler, Pani Teha has been given the ball cut into the offside. And so the Atlanta Griffin, they're going at 7.2 and over. And you may want to say relatively to a T10 game, it's still early into the innings. 41 balls remaining. They have lost one of their top batters, Timothy Surge Bali, and captain. And we have already seen perhaps an effect of that. We haven't seen a big strike or a consistent strike from Gavin Wallace. He's on 4 with 1 boundary. Goes down the leg side, 5 wides. So not a good line here for Teha. And the ball eludes the keeper. It doesn't matter how they come here for the Atlanta Griffin. 5 healthy runs on the board.
Yes, it is. And runs is what matters here. And you don't matter how it comes, you know, it is runs that they will have to get. So I don't think the captain was going to be pleased with that type of bowling, and spraying down the leg side, going all the way into the boundary, you know, as extras, because you still have to bowl that ball again.
Yeah, that will certainly ease some bit of pressure on Gavin Wallace or any other batsman. They've already gotten 5 in the over so far. Oh, he's taking on the pad. We'll wait and see. Could be leg by here as Vijay Malela walks to the square. In fact, none call coming, so that's a single off the bat of Gavin Wallace. And
Yes.
brings Akshaya Prasad, who's been part of the Guyana Amazon Warriors CPL contingent for a couple of years, still to make his debut. Outside the off stump wide again, so a couple of wides will be added here. So Pani Teja seem to have lost the plot. 9 in the over so far with just a couple of legal balls. And we are in the 4th over.
Pane seemed to be straying down the leg side and so, another wide down the leg side, batsmen were able to go through for another single. So another extra to the total here, and the Atlanta Griffin goes up to 31 for 1.
Yes, Iana, we were just making the point at the start of the over. They were batting a 7.36. Oh, an inside edge. The Florida cut comes in handy. Off the bat of Gavin Wallace. Hits 35 on the board.
There you go again, the Florida cut, that one again, down into the boundary, 4 more runs, they'll take it however it comes, it runs, and it's climbing, the score is climbing, it's now 39 for 1.
Yeah, 10 and over, look at that, look at that. You can't set field for inside edges.
No, definitely, no matter the captain you are, that, you will not be able to set a field for that one. That's the Florida cut.
So Teja hasn't made a very good start. We've seen all kind of balls from him. Oh, this one is struck firmly down the ground. But there's protection out there, and the umpire, Malila, has had to take evasive action. And speaking of that, with the umpires being in the way, Ian, these days we're beginning to see some umpires going out with headgear.
Definitely, it's a dangerous game of cricket, when the ball is coming at you, and those umpires, they stand in the way of a ball that is coming 100 plus miles an hour.
And the fact is not all umpires were players, so you get the sense that I've always had the feeling that if you play cricket to an extent, your mobility in getting out of a way is a little bit better than someone who hasn't really played at all. Don't you think?
Definitely, because as you go through the game, you develop that reflex for the game itself. The ball is coming, it's like you're ready to catch it. Sometimes, I'll be there and you're the umpire and you stand, you want to catch a ball, sometimes it's coming at you because it's just the fact that you play the game. And so it would be good if you have some experience when you're standing behind that wicket as the umpire.
Yeah, Malela comes out with another wide here. 15 runs off this over. You look at the numbers here. This is a very good over for the Griffins.
Definitely, this is probably their best over so far. So
Yep.
still not over.
We'll take a look at the Manhattan here. It is yes. the tallest building in the Union so far. That's a better ball, perhaps one of the best ball of the over, but a lot of damage has been done. 16 off that over. And you look at the scorecard here at the end of 4, it's 38 for 1.
Yes, so that was a very productive over for the Atlanta Griffin. Got 16 off that over. We had some wides in it, 2 wides.
Yeah, a very good over here for the Atlanta Griffin. Haven't won the toss, electing to bat. They've lost their top man, Timothy Surge Bally, who was taken out by a very, very good Yorker from Roman Reis, a former Pakistani international.
Yes, that was definitely a very good ball there. That Yorker take a very good batsman to actually stop that one. I'm not saying to score off it, to just stop it.
So Junaid Siddiqui comes into the attack, and he's a top leg spinner, Ian, right arm leg spinner. And he's part of the Canadian setup, Canadian national player, busy man these days with the Canadian national team playing in the World Challenge League. And they have just returned back from Asia. And he's been a busy man at the U.S. Open over the years. I've seen him play for the U.S. All-Stars. He's been a fixture with them. And now for the first time in a long time, I've seen him outside of the U.S. All-Stars lineup. And now he's joined the Faisalabad Falcons. He's a top leg spinner. Watch him bowl. 38 for 1 will be coming to bowl to Akshay Prasad. Prasad is on 12 and Wallace on 10. So running quickly. Well done in the end. Just stopping the ball off the square. Ian, good running. 39.
Yes, that was a very quick single there. Well run by the batsman there. He seems to be communicating pretty well because that was a well taken single.
So 35 balls remaining. They're going at 9.36. They've really brought the scoring rate. And you fancy that with the introduction of Junaid Siddiqui here, Eon, he's a top quality leg spinner, and I'm pretty sure you know the game well enough. When you come for the back of the arm wrist spin, there's a lot of mysteries in those bowling type. And Junaid Siddiqui does have the experience, having played at a Canadian national level for many years. With all the skill and the experience, it's a package that really comes at you. So he'll be coming into both to Gavin Wallace. And Wallace gets a short ball into the offside. No harm done there. Just 2 runs in the over so far. 2 singles. And relatively things have started well here for Junaid Siddiqui.
Yes, he started pretty well. He's a senior bowler. Having all that experience and coming into that game. It just means that he just simply have to hold his composure and let the ball do the rest. And as we see, I think Wallace is looking carefully.
Oh, Akshaya Prasad finally connects, and it's gone a mile out of the playing area, and it's gone for 6 off the bat of Akshaya Prasad.
Well, Prasad is not going to be having any of it. He decided to go, and he just got him clearing the boundary there for 6 runs, and the score goes up to 46 for 1.
Yeah, the right arm leg spinner, when he bowls to a left-hander, is really spinning into the zone of the strike from Akshaya Prasad. One shot we've seen so much. You look at the batsman out of the West Indies, Puran. One of the favorite shots from Puran out of the West Indies, or maybe Shimron Hetamaya. 46 for 1. And a short ball could get a couple of runs. Fielder is coming around, and it put the fielder under pressure. So 2 more runs there for Prasad. He goes up to 21. Is 48 on the board.
Well played by Prasad there. He saw the opening and he was able to get 2 runs, and it was 2 well taken runs. As I say, these 2 batsmen seem to be communicating pretty well in the middle there, and that is very important in this form of the game.
So a partnership of 36. And Junaid Siddiqui has given up 10 in the over so far, so not a good over here for the Griffins. And so the run rate has gone over 10. And this is a good pickup here from the Atlanta Griffin, Ian. They've in the last couple of overs, they've really picked up runs. Some by their doing, and some by some really erratic bowling from Pani Teja in the previous over.
Yes, in the last 2 overs, we have seen where the run rate have picked up quite a bit, and that's how you want to see it going from here on, because as we say, it's a 10-over competition here. We all were expecting a 20 over, but based on the rain, had to be reduced.
So ball pulled into the square leg area. The man does well to make adjustment to the bounce. And in the end, 50 on the board. 50 on the board in 5 overs, so they're gone exactly 10 and over. Gavin Wallace and Akshaya Prasad, a partnership of 38, 50 on the board.
Yes, good going. I say that is a good score, good rate going right now. And I know, for the last 5 overs, they got to step it up. They have a lot of wicket in the stand coming out, so I think they'll be picking up the run rate from here on. So we're going to introduce Rana into the box.
Mighty Rana.
Thank you, Ian. 50 on the board. Losing a 1 wicket after 5 over Lenny. And the current rate is 10 and over.
Yeah, welcome back, Rana.
Yes, Faisalabad Falcons and Atlanta Griffin. Faisalabad Falcons, Numan Azmi, transformational coach, has bring all these guys from international player from Pakistan and from Chicago. Sarfraz Ahmed, brother, Ehsan Ahmed, is in this team, Faisalabad Falcons.
So 50 on the board as Najam Bashki given the ball. And he comes in here with a flourishing partnership of 38 between the pair, Rana.
Yes, a good partnership for 38 there.
And while they may have lost one of their, perhaps their better batter in Tim Suraj Bali,
Yeah, Timmy Saroj Bali, yes.
you look at the numbers on the card, and maybe today they won't miss. Suraj Bali goes high into the air. Fielder calls for it. He takes the catch. Well judged catch. Gavin Wallace has to go for 12. It's 50 for 2. A perfect start to Najam Bashki's bowling spell. He gets a wicket off his first ball. It's 50 for 2.
Yes, Najam Bakshi, he's a very good player. He lives in Chicago, and you know they all come from Chicago. Fahad Babar, who played for USA in his team, and Junaid Siddiqui is there. So they're a pretty good team, but you know it's only 10 overs game, Lenny. Whoever put the score on the board, it will be very hard to chase. You've seen
Yeah.
it happening at a 1 versus Spartan.
So Kyle Phillips stretches out to the middle.
And we have Danny over here, the umpire who's handling everything for all the umpires. The umpires of the umpire.
Yes, Rana. Danny's an experienced man at the U.S. Open. In the early days of the U.S. Open, what you see he does at the U.S. Open here, it becomes normal to him. He's been through this pressure situation a lot of times before, moving matches, getting reduced game, coordinating the umpires. He's done a tremendous job over the years. And whenever Danny is not here, you could see that things probably don't go as well as things are, but he does a tremendous job. 50 for 2 as Kyle Phillip comes to the middle, and he joins Akshay Prasad, the batsman out, Suraj Bali for 1, and Gavin Wallace for 12.
Ashar Mahdi fixing the players. He's the captain of the team. Here's Bakshi come for the second ball. A sweep shot towards the leg, but it's going to be only 1 run, so score moves to 51, losing 2 wickets. Yes, the captain Ashar Mahdi, he has plays for Pakistan. He also plays for the first class cricket, and a regular cricketer from Chicago too. They have Shahid in there, and Atlanta Griffin is their strong team. This game going to be a very good game because both teams have good players and strong players, you know. And you were talking about Timmy Suraj Bali made 47 centuries over here.
I think it's 27, but big numbers. This ball is punched into the offside by Kyle Phillip. And we know Kyle Phillip, they come back for 2 runs. So should Faisalabad Falcons lose this match by 1 run, Rana?
Like Somerset lost match for 1 run too in the final. That's what you want to say?
Well, if ever the match comes down to a 1-run situation, we'll have to look back at that bit of play.
And Kyle Phillip will be taking the credit for it.
Yeah, Phillip gets one down the ground. That's a good-looking shot, placed well from the fast bowler, Kyle Phillip. And it goes away, 1 bounce for 4. What a shot here from Kyle Phillip. We know him as a top-quality fast bowler, but we're beginning to see he can strike the ball and strike it well.
This is all entertainment over here, Lenny. This is all entertainment. You've seen first ball, got the wicket, and now the boundaries are coming here.
So Bashki gets a ball that is driven well here by Kyle Phillip. And he goes quickly up to 7 from just 3 balls. 58 for 2, 8 in the over so far. And Rana, just coming back to the captain, Ashar Mehdi. In addition to all the little things that you told me about him, his accomplishment as a cricketer, I think he has played for the U.S. national team at one point. We'll check that where we come off
you're right.
mic.
Yes, you're right.
So he's a top-class keeper. Bashki comes in to Akshaya. And they could be looking for a couple of runs there. Fielder comes in, charges the ball. They'll stay for 1. And when play resume, Prasad will be on strike, 59 for 2.
And yes, 59 for 2, Lenny. Beautiful weather now. And live cricket right here. US Open 2019 from Broward County Stadium. And, you know, the cameramen are doing the excellent job, especially, you know, our team, Rashid, Tassin Ahmed. And, you know, the management team side, Zafar Shah and Fizza. They all are keeping an eye on all the matches that are happening. And 20 match per day, I believe, Lenny's happening. And our boss, our good friend Vinod Mamchans, he's doing an excellent job too. He's keeping an eye closely on us.
make sure we're well fed.
Yes, he's a good boss that anybody can have.
Yeah, we're well fed. We have a balanced menu. Today we had doubles. I can't wait for dinner.
Yes, and I think right now, you know, whoever gonna win this game probably gonna have a good dinner. But you have to keep an eye. Remember, 117 was not chaseable here from Agwan versus Spartan, and now current run rate is 10 and over. And after 6 over, 59 for 2.
So we'll have to wait and see who comes into the attack. It appears to be Talha Moshin. In fact, Ali Samad is the bowler. So it's 60 for 2, Rana on the board.
Yes, Ali Samad is a good bowler. He's come from Chicago, and I've seen them, I followed them playing good cricket. And here's Kyle Phillip gonna face Ali Samad for the first time.
So 60 for 2. Kyle Phillip is on 7. A partnership of 10. Very, very small but meaningful at this point. 23 balls remaining. And Phillip gets a good ball here from Ali Samad. So
Swing and a miss and good swing ball. I think he cut his pace down. He knows Phillip is swinging here for 6s and 4. So in the 2020 format, but now since it's been raining, so it's T10 format now. It's not too much time for captains and bowlers to think and plan. It's fast and furious.
yes, Rana, you're right on that. Good chance the games comes down to who hits the most boundaries at time in the shortened format, especially if you're chasing. And so far, Akshay on 25, and Kyle Phillip has got quickly up to 8.
Yes, it's between who hit and who miss. If you hit, it's going to be a boundary. If you miss, it's going to be a wicket, Lenny.
So Ali Samad has made a relatively good start. He's bowled 3 balls. He's only given up 2 runs in the over so far. Oh, Persad goes high in the air and it's gone a long way out of the playing area. Another 6 off the bat of the young player Akshaya Persad. His second 6. 67 for 2.
Yes, sir. Persad is captaining the ship here for Atlanta Griffin and cruising along. Made 31 on 19 balls and 67 for 2. And the run rate is still a good, healthy run rate. 10.1, Lenny. 67 for 2 after 6.4.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of big strikes here from Akshay Persad.
Umpire just checked the ball and give back to Ali Samad because the ball went out of the park. Umpire want to make sure everything is good to go.
Yeah, good chance they'll bring back a white ball that not necessarily from this game, but there have been so many balls hit out of that park. Akshaya goes big again. It's gone a long way out of the park. Another 6 off the bat of Akshaya. 73 on the board.
Yes, so like you said before, half of the over only went for 2 runs. But the next 2 balls went for 12 runs. Back-to-back 6s. Now you see Roman Reyes is walking to Ali Samad. And he's telling him where to ball and what to do. This is where the experience comes in. The first half of the over was good for Falcons. But the next half of over is good for Atlanta Griffin. Everything changing so quickly because they are playing the 10 over format here. Here's Persad is ready to face Samad. 73 for 2 after 6.5.
That's Talha Moshin.
Oh, Talha Moshin. Okay, good comeback from the bowler. Swing and a mix from Persad. So score still stays on 73 for 7 after losing the 2 wickets.
So 18 balls remaining, 7 overs gone. They're going at 73 for 2.
Yes, it's only 18 ball left now, and 73 for 2. Lenny, you looking good in the camera. On the right side, I can see Lenny and myself. And 73 for 2 and 7 overs. So Lenny, next 3 overs, Persad is there, all set. Kyle Phillip is swinging. What's your prediction?
Well, I'm pretty sure that the Atlanta Griffin will be targeting 100. There's a big difference from 99 to 100 psychologically.
And 1 over of Roman Ruiz is going to be a big difference here too.
Yeah,
Faisalabad Falcons.
yeah, he still has one to come back. I'm pretty sure he's gonna come back after this. We'll wait and see. It appears to
Bakshi
be
come back.
Najam Bashki. He's gone for 9 off the first over, picked up a wicket, and he starts with a wide.
Yeah, so the score moved to 74.
So not only he's giving them another ball to face, he's given up a wide and into ball to Kyle Phillip. Phillip will get a single out to long off.
And Phillips always itching to get the second run, you know. I think putting a pressure on the fielder, which is a good thing. This is what experience teaches you. And 75 for 2. So this over so far 2 runs because of the extra wide ball. And captain is changing the field for Parsad, who's a left-handed batsman.
So attempted switch hit doesn't go too well here for Akshaya. And I'm wondering always, Rana, Akshaya has been striking the ball as a left-hander. Why would you want to change things up?
Because you saw the fielding change from the last ball.
So ball guided away. Yeah, you're right on that. That's one of the reason of the reverse shots. Batsmen are trying to get the balls, especially around the keeper head, around this area here. Is always a vacant area over time. Kyle Phillip, 15 balls remaining, 3 in the over. Wouldn't get much with that. Fielder will come around and he'll get a single. This has been a very good over here from Najam Bashki.
Yes, except the wide, but it's a very good over because so far boundary hasn't been hit in this over. And little bit pressure on Atlanta Griffin because their current run rate is 10 and over, but still they need to go, like you said, psychology effect, 99 to 100 from 2-figure to 3-figure.
So 4 in the over so far. And again, we see Akshaya.
Try to reverse sweep it, and it was a wide ball, but umpire saw Akshay reverse sweeping it. Arshad Yusuf is the umpire from Chicago. Coming on the leg side for Parsad.
So Malela, the ruling umpire at the moment, and square leg is out of Chicago. So we've seen a big team of umpires making the runs again here at the U.S. Open Arana.
Yes, Vijay Prakash Malela and Arshad Yusuf. Arshad Yusuf has been umpiring for Midwest. And, you know, the President Shiraj Najam was highly recommending him to MAQ Qureshi for U.S. Open. And here it is. And in this country, you see the cricket is growing now. This is the 11th edition of U.S. Open 2019. There's a small team meeting going on in the between and decided that they're going to give the ball to Roman Reis. And that over will be a key factor over Lenny. Because right now scoreboard is 77 for 2 and Parsad is well set. He's playing on 38, just facing 25 balls. And we all know about the reputation of Kyle Phillip. He has just scored 10 runs facing 7 ball. So this is a good competition between Roman Reis, Kyle Phillip and Parsad. Roman Reis setting his own fielding, wearing a number 11 shirt. Played for Pakistan and played a big role winning the championship in England 2 years ago.
Yeah, he's played 9-1 international and 70-20 international for Pakistan. And the uniform here by Faisalabad Falcons.
Similar to Pakistan. And last over, you see Bakshi has given only 4 runs. Here Roman Reis to Kyle Phillip. It's a good Yorker ball. Kyle Phillips wants second run. And 2 runs going to be added to the total. A good running between the wickets. See, this is the presence of the mind, Lenny.
So it's a no ball, 2 runs. So not a good start here from Roman Reis. May have overstepped. And so Kyle Phillip will receive a free hit ball 12 balls still to be bowled. 3 runs in the over so far. The Roman Reyes will come into bowl for fellow fast bowler.
Yes, I
Kyle
told you
Phillip.
this over going to be the crucial over for both teams. So saw for 3 runs without bowling a ball. Here's Roman Reyes again. A good ball in the black holes. Same shot. Kyle Phillip plays towards the leg side, but this time it's only for 1 run. Fielder coming along.
So
81 for 2 after 8.1. So
11 balls remaining.
and 11 number shirt. Roman Reyes is wearing it. So far in the first over, he has given only 4 runs, but this over, 4 run he has given in only 1 ball.
Yeah, good delivery. Prasad could only get a single, so 10 balls remaining. And they probably badly need 18 runs to make it 3-figure.
Yes, and like you said, from 99 to 100 is a big difference. It's a psychological difference.
So 11 as worn by Roman Reyes. 11 years of US Open cricket.
Yes.
Kyle Phillip doesn't go well, and the ball goes through for a dot ball. So
And he's looking at the umpire.
yeah, that's
a white ball, but the ball is right there.
so Phillip remains on 13. They say unlucky 13 at times. We've got 9 balls remaining. 18 runs will give them 3-figure.
And 18 run they have given extra.
This is good bowling from Roman Reyes. He's restricted the batsman very well. He's cut out the boundary so far. And with that comes only the singles, and we've seen a no ball that's gone for 2. But relative to that, he's really bowled a good spell here. And so far we've got 8 balls remaining. This is the 9th over. And Roman Reyes 6 runs in the over so far. So Prasad picks up another run, takes the score up to 84. 7 balls remaining.
Good over so far from Roman Reyes because boundary hasn't been hit. But you know, the no ball didn't cost Faisalabad Falcons too much runs, only 2 runs. But still, if you see Lenny, the current run rate is 9.5. 1 more ball left in this over. Kyle Phillips is ready to face Roman Reyes. And if it's not a no ball, then it's going to be a last ball for quota for Roman Reyes. But it's a healthy and strong total. And we've seen it's not going to be easy chase if anything over 10 run and over in this format. So far 1.5 balls, 11 run has been given from Reyes.
So 9.5 runs and over. Big play and a miss. This has been a quality over here from Roman Reyes. Only 7 off it.
Yeah,
Get a no ball. And at the end of 9, it's 84 for 2. With Phillip on 14 and Akshay on 40.
Yes, it was experience over because he's used to the bowling in death ball for Pakistan. And, you know, he's been playing some leagues in Middle East because, you know, a lot of leagues are happening in Middle East, especially Qatar T10 and, you know, Dubai, Hong Kong 6 days, Dubai, and, you know, all over IPL, PSL, BBL, BPL, and now European T20 and in South Africa, there's another league as well. But I think we have the famous and most organized US Open 2019 right here in Lauderdale, Florida. And I think this is, if you combine all the tournaments in different countries, this is the best tournament of the United States. You've been traveling around and you know what I'm talking about, Lenny.
Yes, Rana. Certainly one of the longest running T20 tournament. Now we're watching T10. But yes, one of the longest running T20 series in North America. As we see Junaid Siddiqui. In fact, we'll wait and see. It could be Chaudhry. And we'll wait for that. But in the meantime, 6 balls remaining, number 3.
And they need 16 runs to make that 100 run, the mark that you've been talking about.
So it appears to be Junaid Siddiqui, 84 for 2. Oh, shot off the bat of Akshaya Prasad. And it goes away for 4. Finally, he gets the reverse shot going, Rana.
Yes, the last 2 attempts he failed, but sometimes you miss and sometimes you hit. So here's your hit. The 4 runs comes after missing the 2 times, Lenny. And his score moved to 88, a 9.1 over. And the current run rate is 9.6. So at Faisalabad Falcons have to bat very well against Atlanta Griffin to chase that total.
So we got 5 balls remaining. Akshaya on strike. He goes high in the air. He's offering a chance. In fact, not at all. And it falls in no man's land for a couple of runs. So safe to say, is any land on this planet no man's land?
You've seen the ball just fall in the no man's land, Lenny. So 90 for 2 in 9.2.
So we've got 4 balls remaining. Akshaya stands on 46. If he gets a 50 here, he'll be the second man. He'll be the second man today to get one.
You've seen Prasad is controlling the game. He hit the boundary and he made the 2 runs. And of course, he's looking at his 50 as well.
Yeah, any 50 here by any batsman will certainly put their team over the 100 mark.
I think Prasad is hurt. The ball has hit him somewhere.
Yeah,
Umpire Vijay Prakash Malala is going.
Might be in the sensitive area. It is. And that's one of the weakest spot of a man. So, yeah, seems to be struck on the box. And I hope he's wearing one. Yeah, so Akshaya Prasad is done here with just 3 balls remaining.
And all the fielders you see from Faisalabad Falcons, around him. And Fahad Babar is checking his bat instead of helping him with the injury. So it's 90 for 2, 9.3. But it's good to see Prasad back on his feet. And Kyle Phillip and Prasad having a small meeting. Probably Kyle Phillip checking with him everything is okay with you, mate.
Yeah, it's always a painful blow in that area.
Yes, fielders going back to their field. And umpire and all the viewers. Of course, you guys are ready for the live action again.
Yeah, Rana, if you were struck on your knee or struck on your elbow, probably they would have run out with a spray. What do you do when you get hit in that area?
Whatever Prasad did, that's what you do. Here's the 4th ball of the over from Junaid Siddiqui. And it's a good ball. It's a dot ball. So they know Faisalabad Falcons, that 100 runs, the psychology effect that you've been talking about.
Yeah, they badly needed 10 runs. Not to say that 90 is by any means a paltry score. And again, he's trying to go reverse. Doesn't go well.
Even
At
though
least he's not struck this time. He's struck on the pad.
Yes, but good comeback from Junaid Siddiqui in this over.
Yeah, he's gone for 6, considering the first ball went for 4. What a comeback.
And the first over he went for 12.
So final ball coming up. Where will the Atlanta Griffin end? They're on 90. Can they end at 96? Big shot into the onside. Fielder comes around, takes the catch. Akshaya falls on the stroke of the 10th over. The Indians close at 90 for 3 at the end of 10. And so Faisalabad Falcons will need 91 in 10 overs, Rana. And when you consider in the last 3 overs, Faisalabad Falcons has really made a good comeback.
Yeah, you see high fives around, So they it's probably tell us That's the target they're looking for it. But a good batting from Prasad, and making 46 runs. And Junaid Siddiqui took 1 wicket. So here's the score. Suraj Bali went for 2 runs, but good batting from Prasad made 46 runs. And Kyle Phillip there for 14 for 12. So 90 for 3. And here's the bowling scorecard from Falcons. Roman Rice 11 for 1 wicket, and then Siddiqui share and Bakshi share 1 wicket. So after 10 overs, 90 for 3, they need 91 runs. Faisalabad Falcons to chase down the total. We're going to take a short break, and we will come back with the live action when Faisalabad Falcons will be batting. But since Lenny came, the weather came back good. A good ball, and it's a wide ball.
I think, to be fair to the umpire, that was a pretty good call. It was outside the guided line. Now, let's get something clear here, Anna. If a delivery is outside that line, it does not necessarily mean that the umpire has to call it a wide. That is what you call a guideline. It's still in his opinion whether he thinks the batsman could probably reach it. Because now with 2020 cricket and improvisation, a lot of batsmen walk across the crease. I've seen deliveries bowled way outside that guideline and not called wide. Because at the point where the ball was passing the batsman, there was a situation where he could have reached the ball. You seem to have given Lenny back his balls. He's playing with it at the back of the box.
Yes, and Lenny has a white color ball, and I think that's Lenny's favorite ball. And white cricket is happening. It's a 2020 tournament, but we have to cut down short the format.
So he's a white ball man.
White ball
like
man.
Kyron Pollard. He's the West Indies white ball captain. And they've been battling against India. Delivery down the leg side, and Kyle Phillip is all over the shop. Now, this is a young man. This is a young man who has talent. But he needs to settle down. I know he's probably excited. First game here on the big stage, under our cameras, and of course under your expert commentary. He wants to impress.
So I think now he's impressing us with the dot ball, and maybe the message went to Atlanta Griffin.
But, even those short deliveries, he's trying to get pace onto it, and still, the pitch is not allowing for it. It's not a quick pitch. It's dying. The wicket keeper is not taking it on the up. He's actually taking it whilst it's on its way down. Look at it. This time it's beaten. It goes away down to wide third man, and they're going to come back for 2. A good delivery there from Phillip, because Hassan was looking to play through the onside. It took a thick outside edge and flew away down behind point 4-2. So, yes, I was asking you about Fiza Abid, and you said you're meeting up with her, and I want to say that you all did a good work with the Urdu interviews you did yesterday, both of you, and you said it was a pleasure meeting her, and one hopes,
no ball,
sincerely hopes that she returns that.
Kyle Phillips seems like lost his script here, Vinod.
Yes, he seems to have lost his script. I'm going to get back to you. You can't duck me. And that's going to be a free hit. So he's coming up for the free hit. You said it was a pleasure meeting Fiza Abid. One wonders if she reciprocates. I'm going to hear from her when she comes in at over number 6.
It's 23 runs so far in the... Oh, they bowled him. But, that was a free hit.
Is he out?
No, he's not out. It's a free hit.
Oh, educate me,
But that's a good ball. But, you have to see, like you said, Kyle Phillips has a talent. But maybe he's excited or he's all over. He needs to get his things right over here, because it's 24 runs after 2.5. The current run rate is 9.5. And they need around 9.1 runs in every over to chase the 91.
It's going to be very difficult to defend that. What you need is to take wickets, put them back early, set them back early, and then the run rate, the required run rate would climb. and as it climbs, more pressure comes on to the the batting team, and hence more wickets will fall. It's a process, Rana.
Yes, but so far they haven't lost any wicket. Faisalabad Falcons.
That's a slow delivery from Philip that is worked away down to the backward square, and he is just going to give away one. It's the end of the over. He kicks the turf as he walks away, and 2 overs, none for 18. At the end of over number 3, the score is 25 without loss. More thoughts from my dear friend Ahmed Rana.
So far, so good for Faisalabad Falcons. Asher Mehdi, the captain, is still there, and Shahir Hassan. Shahir Hassan has scored 10 runs, facing 14 balls. A little slow in this format. And Mehdi has made only 2 runs. I think what in this total, Kyle Phillips made the half of the run given the half of the run to Faisalabad Falcons. So we know the extras are, always costly for your team,
You don't want to give away extras in any form of cricket. And the shorter the format, the more it hurts you.
It's 13 extras already in just 3 overs.
Yeah, that's really not tidy at all. As you can have a look at our screens, there you can see the lovely coverage brought to you courtesy the guys from MAQ TV, and that's the western side of the ground. We're going to see a bowling change now, 25 without loss.
So Shahzad is coming to attack from Atlanta Griffin. He's a new bowler. And Kyle Phillips is done his 2-over quota, given 17 runs. There's not a boundaries been hit in this inning so far, but the extra 13 runs, which is going to cost Atlanta Griffin later on or not, we're going to find out. But things are going well for Faisalabad Falcons. And Fahad Babar is still there, and Fahad Babar has played for USA as well. So they have pretty experienced batting lineup. But here we got to see what Shahzad brings for Atlanta Griffin on our table. Shahir Hassan is facing Shahzad. I think it's a good ball and good decision from Timmy Surajbali to bring the spinner on. And, Shahir Hassan has faced 15 balls now, Vinod Mamchan, and scored only 10 runs.
Well, he's doing his job. He's staying out there. He's looking to rotate the strike. He's not looking to get after the bowling like Hassan. In fact, now he tries and he could find himself in some problems. Yes, he's out caught. Out caught at a wide-ish long on. He must have heard the cry of Ahmed Rana and to increase the run rate. And he goes for 10 of 16 deliveries. And he was the man getting amongst the runs, as you were rightly saying earlier on. One batsman gets out for 10. The other is only on 2 and the score is 25 because of a healthy extras column.
From Kyle Phillip. Fahad Babar, the new batsman, played for USA and also played in the leagues in Chicago and plays US Open a lot of time. He's been coming here for a long time. Wearing a number 7 shirt. Let's say, usually people say, Vinod Mamchan, number 7 is a lucky number, will bring you luck. So let's say Fahad Babar going to be that lucky charm for Faisalabad Falcons.
Well, if number 7 brings you luck, that's a good number. My son, that's his number with the national U team in Trinidad and Tobago, number 7.
Yeah, matter of fact, I took your son interview. Did you get time to watch it, Liam Mamchan?
Yes, and he told me that after that interview, he said I should resign and give the reins over to you. He said you're much better than me. So my resignation will be forthcoming. Delivery outside the off stump and on the back foot looking to get that one away is Mehdi. Fails to make contact.
So Shahzad, I think, bringing back that tag right on, putting a pressure on Faisalabad Falcons. Mm-hmm. So far, half of the over gone and taken the wicket. And, still no runs has been scored so far in this over.
This goes over square leg and into the boundary for 6 runs. That was Baba playing a slog sweep. And Shahzad just getting too close to him so he could have played that shot. He actually put his left leg outside the line of the
Actually, it was Asher Mehdi.
Look at it. And Mehdi was able to slog sweep that over square leg and into the boundary for 6 runs. So the score is at the moment 31 for 1, and according to the great Lenny, that's a good looking shot.
And required run rate is 9.5.
This time he's trying it again, and he holds back because in the process of going through the shot, he would have recognized that the fielder square leg was right back on the boundary, and he held the shot back. He was able to get one. So good experience, good adjustment at the last moment. So Shehzad, he has one delivery to go in his first over. He has given away 7, which is not bad in a 10-over game. If you're defending 91, you gave away 7 in each game. In each over, sorry, they'll get to 70. You'll have a handsome win by 20 runs.
Here's Fahad Babar taking his time.
Sam Baba is back, looking to force through the offside of the back foot, and that one peels away from the outside edge into the gloves of the wicketkeeper. It's the end of over number 4. The score is 32 for the loss of 1. And remember, the target is 91.
So after 4 overs, we know 32 runs. The situation for me look like even Stevens so far, because current run rate is 8 and required is 9.8. Under 10 is chaseable, but over 10 is going to be a little bit difficult, because we see in Aghwan and Spartan match that Spartan put good total, healthy total of 117, and Afghanistan couldn't chase that down. So same situation again. Faisalabad Falcons are chasing. It's 32 for 1 after 4, but extras has been there, 13 extra, Vinod Mamchand. But good over from Shehzad, except the boundary, and taking the wicket of Shahir Hassan to send him back to the pavilion. So 36 balls and 59 runs required, Vinod.
Well, it's gettable because of the fact that they have 9 wickets in hand, and how they go about that, we wait to see. Because basically you have a new batsman in, and that's Fahad Baba, who has to take time to settle, and Mehdi has 9 from 9. By Yusuf at square leg. This time he's pulling this one away over the infield, down to the boundary for 4. That's having the presence of mind to know that the fielder behind square was in the 30-yard circle. It was just a matter of helping it over his head.
Yes, Ashar Mehdi played for Pakistan first class and played for Pakistan and also for USA too. And you know, he's a very experienced player. And first time I met him 5 years back when he was playing for Chicago League. So he knows he has to stay there and absorb all the pressure from Faisalabad Falcons to win this game. But on the other hand, Atlanta Griffin needs to tight this run rate.
This time he could be out here just to the left of the fielder running away from short mid wicket. And they get one more.
So far 5 runs, came in 2 balls. The required run rate is still under 10. And Fahad Babar ready to face first time Khatri. And last ball, Khatri. So 5 runs so far in 2 balls. A good.
That's a lovely shot, forcing it away off the back foot, down past backward point, and they take 1. In fact, just 1. That was really poor running. That had 2 written all over it.
Yes, Ashar Mehdi wanted the second one, but Fahad Babar told him, no, I think he slipped a little bit. If we see action replay, maybe we can figure out. But that was a poor running between the wicket, like you said. If they want to keep it going, they need to put a pressure on Atlanta Griffin. You can see right here, good cut shot toward the third man. But here's Khatri to Ashazadi. Ashazadi Got
Well-
the ball. The fielder missed the ball. It's a boundary. Welcome boundary.
Well, that
Yeah.
fielder there on that occasion, he dived at full length, at full stretch, and he was still way away from the ball. Is that Adam Khan? I can't understand that. This man has Caribbean roots. His dad is from Trinidad and Tobago. Come on, put on a better dive than that, young man.
Yes, so far 42 for 1, 4.4. And run rate, we got to keep an eye because Vinod Mamchan at the end, the run rate has to be under 10 if Faisalabad Falcons want to win this game.
It's just helped away down behind square. Protection down there, and that's only one. So one more there to Mehdi.
A sensible batting from Ashar Mehdi, taking all the responsibility here on his shoulder for Faisalabad Falcons. His score moves to 43 for 1, 4.5 overs. And Fahad Babar has just faced 2 balls, made 1 run. But Mehdi here cruising along for 19 runs on 13 balls.
43 for 1. One delivery to go in over number 5. And then I'll have the opportunity of kicking Rana out, and we'll welcome Faisalabad.
Okay.
This is pushed away down to a wide-ish long off for one more. And it brings us to the end of the over. Your final thoughts, my good friend Ahmed?
Final thought, next 5 overs. They need to hit a couple of sixes and boundaries and play with the responsibility. And one of the batsmen needs to be there if Faisal Falcons want to win this match. So hopefully, here's Fiza is coming to join us. Thank you, Vinod Mamchan. I'll leave your own in the good hands of Fiza here.
Yes, thanks a lot, Ahmed Rana. Continues to look very trim as he walks away. Seems to have dropped at least 40 pounds over the last year or so. And as I welcome Faisalabad, Fiza, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Vinod. How's it going?
Yeah, it's good so far. Even better that Rana is out of the chair. The score is 44 for 1. Remember, the target here is 91. Your thoughts? 5 overs to go. And, of course, there's still 47 runs, 47 runs to get in 5. Do you think it's gettable?
It is definitely gettable. I think they just need to save the wickets and just keep rotating the strike and play their shots, of course.
Of course, and wickets intact. That's the key. Yes, Shazad. This is driven beautifully over cover for 4.
That's a great
A
shot.
wonderful shot, a delivery in the arc, and he was just able to free the levers and play over the infield down to the boundary for 4. Lovely shot indeed.
I think the good thing about Faisalabad Falcons is that their players are not choking in because of the pressure. There is no such pressure. They're still executing their shots, and this is what we need in the short format of the games. Even though the required run rate is more than the current run rate, but they're trying to still fight in the game, and that's what we need in a game of cricket.
Driven away to point, and he's out. As easy as that. Again, the delivery pitched up, and he was looking to crack it through the offside. He loses his wicket, and Fahad Baba leaves the arena for 6. The score is 48 now for 2. Could this get interesting?
Yes, definitely. I think there was no need of playing an irrational shot after playing a great shot. I think they just need to basically execute the low risk shots just to stay in the match, because it is pretty much doable. 28 balls and they need 43 to win.
Yes. I want to say good afternoon to Sheikh Faisal, the man from Pakistan. He's across in Pakistan at the moment, and he is covering that test series, Sri Lanka versus Pakistan. Of course, we are missing him here. I had to console Lenny last night because of the fact that Sheikh Faisal is not here. And he's saying that he's still not over the fact that Sheikh Faisal is not here. He's a good man. Of course, last time I did commentaries with him was in a cornfield, would you believe, Fiza?
What?
In a cornfield in Houston.
Wow, okay.
So, back to the cricket. 48 for 2 at the moment. Falcons. And coming up against Griffin. Of course, the Falcons are posting a 90. Tell us a bit about the Faisalabad Falcons. Do you know them from Pakistan?
Yes, I do know a couple of players, but some of the players they have, like Fahad Babar and others, they have represented USA, and they started playing in Pakistan, the domestic cricket, and they shifted to USA, and they got to represent the country through the residency 7 rule. That's how you qualify, 7 years rule. That's how you qualify to be the USA national, and they got to represent the USA team. Of course, whoever starts. Oh, that's a great shot.
Oh, this is driven powerfully through the offside, and that's for a lovely shot there by Samad to get going.
This is what I was saying earlier, that they're not stopping their shots, and even though they're losing wickets as well, the new player, whoever comes in, just confidently executes their shot.
Lovely shot indeed, and the Faisalabad boys. I look at Norman Khan Azimi. He's a very eccentric character. Should be running all around the field at this point in time. Next up, we'll have the guys, the Spartans from St. Martin. And that delivery nearly creeps through the defense there of Samad. So we're seeing the guys from St. Martin. They're having a warm-up just to the right of us. They're coming up against the Scorpions. Oh, that's a lovely shot of the back foot, driven down to backward point for 4. What a lovely shot. Samad, I like the look of him.
And now we have the current run rate spiking through more than the required run rate.
In a short format, 1 over can actually change the game. It's not test cricket.
Yes, definitely.
But it's not test cricket where you can start to paint your house on one day and you could finish painting the house, the entire house, the fence and the garage, and the match is still going on. Yeah, Shazad, he comes in on both him again off the back foot. He's pushing it to point. They could be a run out here. A lovely athletic effort by Shazad, but Samad gets in and the score goes on by 1. It's now 57 for 2. Very wristy player, Samad. Very elegant to look at. And at the end of over number 6, the latest score, the Central Borough Regional Park, the Falcons are 57 for 2. Remember, they're chasing a total of 91 that was posted early on by the Atlanta Griffin team.
I think the Griffin team can still have a comeback, because there's not much difference between the required run and current run rate. They will just need to hold their nerves and just keep taking wickets. I think that's the key. The bowlers will need to ball to the line and avoid any extra runs.
$57 for 2 at the moment. Samad is on 9 and Mehdi is on 19. Harry Maturin is going to continue. His first over, just 4 runs. So the experience of Maturin telling here. He played for the Windward Islands in the West Indies. Gary Maturin from St. Lucia. Don't know when last Lenny Archibald went to St. Lucia. 5 times, he tells me. He has gone to St. Lucia on 5 occasions and has not been arrested. That's what an achievement there, Lenny. Of course, Ian Thomas is in the press box with us as well. New commentator. A very tall guy. Yes. Yes, Maturin, good delivery, driven away. His out court is dropped. In and out, like your salary at the end of the month. And the score remains, in fact, it goes up by 1 to 58.
That was a great piece of fielding, though. Good reaction by the fielder.
58 for 2. Delivery outside the off stump. And Samad loves to play through the offside. And it was in and out. Is that Timmy Suraj Bali? Yes, it was. Good old Timmy. This time he's on his way, caught at a backward point, and Maturin strikes. That's a critical blow. 58 for 3. And on that occasion, it was in fact, it's Mehdi who's been there since the start. He leaves the arena for 19, and it's now 58 for the loss of 3.
I think this is where they needed a good partnership, Faisalabad Falcons. Losing Mehdi might just jolt the whole team because he was a set batsman up there.
So Bapu is going out there now, Chowdhury. Bapi, the man from Bangladesh. Dhaka, Bangladesh to be exact. Recently played in the MAQ Cricket 59 in St. Martin. Struck the first delivery he faced straight down the ground for 6. It was all timing.
I think this is a great tournament because we have teams from all over the world. A great mix of different players who did not even get exposure at the international stage. But they're coming here together, learning from each other and executing their cricketing skills.
Of course, we're hearing the voice of Fiza Abid, who played domestic cricket in Pakistan. I think you played for Pakistan?
Yes,
Yes,
for a brief amount of time.
She also played for Pakistan as well. And she has loads of experience. Gary Maturin is going to continue bowling around the wicket. I wonder if Ian Thomas ever played for Jamaica. Well, Lenny says that he played in Jamaica. Let's get it right.
That's interesting.
Yes, we have to get it right. He didn't play for Jamaica. He played in Jamaica. Yes. Recently, Lenny's poking fun at the other guys, but I tell you something. Recently, I saw him batting on Facebook in an annual Boxing Day match. Yes, they call it. He's correcting me that it's a Boxing Day test match, and trust me, after seeing the way Lenny batted, it was really a test match. Here is a Maturin, lovely delivery, just giving it some loop outside the off stump, but more importantly, Fiza very wide. So on that occasion, Samad didn't have the power to go after that one. He's still able to get 2, and that takes the score now to 60 for 3. It's the end of the over, is it? No, still 2 deliveries to go.
I think they are exhibiting really good running between the wickets, and that is what is key. That is a major difference between winning the games as well, because even though there was no power in the shot, they were ready to run as much as possible. It just shows great communication between the two players.
Again, here they go. Again, that delivery going straight to backward point, and they were off and running. So that's critical. Rotation of the strike, keeping the scoreboard ticking. One good over could take them very far ahead. At the moment, the current run is 8.9 and the required is 9.5. It has flipped a bit.
Yes, definitely. This is what I was saying earlier, that Griffins just needed good pieces of fielding, taking wickets, and they'll be back in the game.
Maturin tosses the ball from hand to hand. And this is pushed away quietly on the offside. So they're not getting overly worried about the required weight, which has now crept up to around 10 and over. In fact, it's 9.7. And at the end of over number 7, the score is 62 for 3.
Even though we have 3 overs to go, but their body language is really tight still for Faisalabad Falcons. They don't seem to lose their mettle right now.
Yes, someone needs an injection, an inspirational innings here.
I think they just need to stick to the wicket and just play their shots. Look for the loose ball, and that will put the bowler under pressure.
Well, at the end of this over, you'll be hearing the voice of Ian Thomas. He will join Fiza. They will take us to the end of the game. And of course, one who plays cricket very well and one who tries to play cricket will be joining her.
That's a great combination.
Yes. Ian is in form these days. I want to congratulate him on the birth of his second child. I enjoyed looking at a clip on Facebook, I think it was last night, where the elder daughter, she's a very cute little child, took after her mom, and she was actually speaking to the baby. And, it was so nice to see the beauty of fatherhood.
Oh, that is adorable, in
Yes,
fact.
yes. Very prolific guy, Mr. Thomas. So Bapu is going to take his guard. Bapi Chowdhury lives in England, hails from Bangladesh.
Could you tell more about him? Does he play cricket in the UK?
Yes, he plays club cricket in the UK. He came to play for US All Stars in the MAQ Cricket 59 as well. He played for Bangladesh under 19 team back in the day, and the first delivery he's bowled. After saying all of that about him, he disappoints. He's castled. The score is now 62 for the loss of 4.
I think he was going cross, and that wasn't a great decision.
Seemed to have been a preconceived shot. You know, he probably told himself that I'm going to go after the first delivery. And Bapi, he has flown all the way from England to play that shot. I think they should send him back to England in cargo.
Yes, and he needs to execute that in UK.
Yes.
And learn new ways of executing that, in fact.
So good afternoon to Shah Zafar, your close working colleague.
Yes, it's great to work with him. He's a great person as a tournament director. And something really impressive about him is that even though within this tournament, like we have the weather, he has been really calm, and the way he makes the decisions and the way we have a constructive discussion, it just comes up with a solution. So I think this is really great about him.
Yes, a man with vast experience. He soon go as manager of the Canadian team at the upcoming ICC Under-19 World Cup in South Africa. So, who is the new batsman?
It's Rice.
Rice. And he's going to face from the blonde Bino.
In fact, that's Roman Rice. He has played for Pakistan and as well as Pakistan Super League.
Well, there's Roman Rice looking to play a slog sweep. First delivery crashes into his path. I saw something similar in the Surrey Championship recently. They posted it on social media. Delivery just like that. The batsman went to play a reverse sweep. The ball thundered into his pads. The umpire, on appeal from the fielding side, he calmly signaled wide. This time, this delivery is helped away over the ropes for 6. So Ramon Rees is in there not to mock around. He means business. Umpire Yusuf signals 6. Well built umpire Yusuf. Tells me he was a fast bowler in his day. Here's Bino again. And this is another slog sweep that he connects this time down to point on the boundary for 1.
It was executed in a better way than the previous one. And that was a great 6. And if Roman Rice sticks in there, maybe the Faisalabad Falcons can come back into the game. Because the current rate right now is 9 runs per over, and the required run rate is just 9.4, so not much difference.
This time he drives through the offside, and this is going to go away for 4. That's a lovely shot. That's the type of shot. I will go to cricket. I will leave the venue, go back and pay, and come back in after seeing a shot like that.
That was, in fact, a great shot, like you described.
Yes, with the price of admission. 73 for the loss of 4. And at the moment, we're enjoying some cricket here. This is match number 2. It's about to close out. Fiza, what's the equation now?
So we have the current run rate 9.3 and the required is 8.3. The way the batters are going, I think they're still in the game because they're still going for their shots and running between the wickets really well. They seem to make no mistake, but this is what they need to do. They need to continue such thinking and take the team till the end of the game.
Well, I think at this point in time, I'll put them slightly ahead. 17 runs to get in the final 2 overs. I will exit and I will leave you in the very capable hands of the very prolific Mr. Thomas.
Thank you, Vinod.
Okay, so I just want to say thanks to Mr. Vinod for making fun of me about me and my cricket. But how are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
It's all good. It's wonderful to be here, to be looking out at a wonderful game of cricket.
Yes, definitely. I think this is what we get to experience when we have a short format of game. We never know which team is going to win, and this is what we need from the teams to, keep fighting in, keeping the game alive by doing their best So I guess both the teams are doing well over here.
Yeah, so as it is right now, 74 for 4, I would say it's even, it's poised. 17 runs to get in the last 2 over. It's gettable, but the fall of 2 wicket and everything could change. What do you think?
Yes, definitely. I think wickets will be key for Griffin, and for Faisalabad Falcons, they will need to save those wickets and keep executing their shots, which should be sensible enough just to get them runs, I would say.
It was a quick single there, so the score goes on to 75 for 4.
I think that was really good awareness of the game because they managed to get a single over there.
And again, they scrambled through for a second. Misfield in there.
These are the tiny bits that really matter when you're playing cricket, of course, especially a short format. You cannot afford to have mistakes in the field, for example, dropping catches or misfields. It just ruins
Samad
momentum.
got that one over points, and it's a single down to deep points right on the boundary. So Samad really batting pretty good.
Yes, I think he's doing good. 12 balls and 21 runs. That's a good strike rate.
Yes, and earlier talking about the extras, I think Kyle Phillips gave away too many.
Well, extras are a part of the game, but obviously you need to cover for them in the next overs.
Yeah, he went for about 13 runs.
That is a
And
lot.
that's a lot.
That's a lot.
I
That's a
don't
lot
think
of
the
it.
captain will be happy with him to look where the game is coming down to at this point. It's 79 for 4.
Yes, I think this is where it matters because the current run rate is 9.3 and the required is 8 runs per over.
And that's a big heave all the way over mid wicket and 6 runs.
Oh, Rowan Rice is doing pretty well. Just 5 balls and 15 runs already.
Yeah, Rice is getting into the action, and he did well with the ball also. I think he was the one who bowled Timmy Surbali. Very good Yorker. No, he's taking it over the boundary with some huge 6.
He's actually a great all-rounder for Pakistan Super League franchise, Islamabad United. And he's proving to do really good over here as well.
Definitely, you can see the class, both in his bowling and now in his batting, where he has that responsibility on his shoulder to take his team to victory.
And he's a bright future for Pakistan because we need batters who can play under pressure. And in a crunching situation like this, he's proving to do pretty well, I would say.
Yeah, he seemed very focused. He's going for that again. Down to mid-off. Gonna scramble through for a single. And the score goes up to 86 for 4.
And there are only 4.5 runs, required runs per over now.
Well, I say that is gettable, so let's see. That's a cut and backward of point, and it's 4 runs.
The Falcons are really close to the victory now with that boundary. Samat has proven to do a great job for Faisalabad Falcons, even though they lost the wickets earlier.
Well, I'll say he bats sensible through the inning. Well played 25, 13 balls. So he's doing exactly what the captain would have asked of him.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing that the batters did not panic when they lost the wickets. And this is what you need. So maybe Faisalabad Falcons have been working on that. Because none of the players, none of the batters seem to choke in such situations. Otherwise, loss of wickets really pressurizes the team itself.
Definitely, fall of a wicket could change the entire game. But these two batsmen are really looking pretty confident in the way they play their shot, how it's been executed, and the timing is pretty good.
They seem to have done their homework, in fact. So they just have 1 run to win in the last over.
And Adam have the responsibility of bowling this ball. It's a young cricketer here in South Florida. Adam look pretty good prospect for the future, So he's a pace bowler, young, still need a little more development, but he's doing pretty good. So let's see.
Yeah, I think this is the tournament is providing him a great opportunity to groom himself.
And I think the game is over as that one just go straight over the fence, and it's 6 runs.
Yeah, Rice ended it pretty well with a 6er.
Definitely, he showed his class here today. So the Falcons take this one, well played to the guys. They did amazing.
We got to watch a great game of cricket.
So just the sportsmanship, you know, players off going will be shaking hands, and that's just the nature of this game. You know, that's why I love this game called cricket. It's a very disciplined game.
Yes, definitely. Winning or losing, that's different, but everyone on the ground is equal, regardless of the fact which country you're from, which nationality you have, or which race you have, but you're playing at an equal platform. This is the beauty of cricket.
Yes, it really brings us together, and as you can see, even the teams, they big diversity in terms of the teams that are here. You know, and I just want to say a big thank you to MAQ TV for bringing such a tournament here to South Florida. You know, to see all these great players, international players with the locals. It's looking pretty good.
Yes, definitely. His vision is to develop cricket from beginning game to a professional game.
So earlier, the first game was a very good game. Second game, pretty good game, and the weather is still with us. And the upcoming game would be Florida Scorpions against, I think it's Georgia Spartans. So we'll be back with you guys shortly.